Good morning, my name's Richard Lannen, rhymes with Can. I have one appointment this morning. I need to go and have a look at a Ring doorbell. Welcome to the vlog. So I do not know what's going on with the weather right now because the sun has come out. Look at that. Literally, as I got into the office earlier, it was torrential rain. And I had a bit of a walk because I couldn't park in my usual car park. So I've got to the stage now where I caught up with my emails. I sort of know where I am now, and I'm getting quite hungry. I've had something to eat this morning, but I feel my concentration lacking, so I'm going to do two things. Get some food, get some coffee. I decided to go for a wrap, strangely. And I'm home. I actually have an empty house. The girls aren't actually here yet. I better check they're okay and then possibly eat. Right, I have just finished posting for the tea room. So we've got a wine event that's just gone live. So I've just got that sorted. And now I can talk to you a bit about this. So this is my podcasting setup. So I'm not going to go into too many details now. That needs to be its own video. So this is working, but in short, I'm recording into a Zoom H4n Pro, which is then linked to the camera directly. So I'm recording here. I wasn't a minute ago. I just did a little test and it was flashing because it was recording on the camera, but it wasn't recording here. So it doesn't really matter. I don't need it because I'm plugging it straight into the camera because I don't have to mess around with syncing up after. It's something I've always wanted to do, a podcast, because for a few reasons. One, it seems fun. It's a bit like filming and making videos and editing and that kind of thing. With podcasting, it seems the same thing. It's quite nice, therapeutic, talking into a microphone. And I think that people, if I'm trying to interview someone or talk to someone, it's easier with a microphone. It's easier talking into a phone. So I think potentially I can get more content in there with podcasting versus the camera is great. I love filming, I love vlogging, but not everyone likes a camera. Microphone, I think I could convince a few more people to sort of sit down and have a chat with them. The whole idea of this is to be an industry podcast, and that's the other reason. Currently, there isn't anything that I could find that would sort of link. I'm not really very comfortable. Sort of something in our industry. There's magazines, there's blogs, but there isn't anything really that I can listen to on the go. And everyone in my scenario, we're either driving in a car, we're going to customers' houses, and there's lots of business to business people in this industry that are literally driving around all day. And I just thought it'd be great to have somewhere that they could just turn on and listen to a podcast whenever they want, on demand. And if I'm interviewing someone that's of interest to them or their company or a new product that's launching, and it could be something that will help their business, I just think it's a great avenue for people to just find new information. At the same time, I get to learn a new skill and help others by showing them exactly what I do in my vlogs. So the vlogs will still continue. I'll show you everything behind the scenes to do with podcasting, and that's why my equipment will be its own video. Like everything else, I'll start off small and just keep grinding away. So I'm not expecting masses of people to flock to listen straight away, because at the end of the day, it's double glazing. It's quite a niche market, really. But if I interview the right people, I think it will work. So let's find out. I will be doing a test episode very, very shortly. I'm also in the process of talking to people that I will interview, and there'll be sort of the early ones as well. So with the start of the podcast, it's always a hard thing trying to get people on board, I would say, because you haven't got that proof of concept or proof or record as such. So I've got lots of different episodes, so it's not as easy for some. But listening to other podcasters, sometimes getting the people to interview is one of the hardest things. So I'm trying to be ahead, trying to get ahead, and trying to make sure that I've got enough in stock so that I can set them up. So I did start looking at podcast hosts, and I had one in mind. I was looking at the Anchor app because it was new. It was sponsored by, it's been bought by Spotify, so obviously they've got lots of money. But at the moment, there's one thing that I'm not really sure about, and it's to do with owning the content, and I'm not too sure. I read a couple of articles just quickly earlier that you have to use their Apple ID to log on to, and it can be all swapped over and things like that. I haven't gone into it in too much detail, but effectively, I think I may be trying the free trial on Buzzsprout. They seem to do everything or include everything that I would need. And even if I need to go into a paid tier, they're quite reasonable priced. So if we get to that stage, great. But again, I'll go over that in depth when I know exactly what I'm doing, when I'm uploading, and when I'm getting people listening. Hopefully this sound comes out okay. Hopefully it all records okay. It is recording now, so I've got an extra copy if I did do something wrong, but hopefully the levels come out nicely on the camera because I haven't tested that yet. So if it does, great. If it doesn't, my apologies. Thank you for watching. Until next time. It's quite a gap.